We're talking about the chances you have of winning games or losing games. Today we're going to talk about a word that comes up a lot when you play games, and that's the word fair. Have you ever played a game and said, hey, that's not fair? And I know all of you have. I have heard some of you come and tell me that. So according to math, what makes a game fair or unfair? I mean, we know that if we're playing, it's not fair if we cheat or if we try to bend the rules to try to do better than someone else. But how do we know a game is actually fair to begin with? Well, let's pretend that we are playing a game, okay? We have an orange card and a green card in this game. And we're gonna mix these two cards up on the table, and we're gonna pick a card. It's Mrs. Wyant against the class. If the card that we choose is green, Mrs. Wyant wins. Woot, woot. If the card is orange, the class wins. Oh, getting crazy now. So I have one chance to win, and you have one chance to win. I have one, you have one. That's equal, and that means that it's a fair game. We both have the same chances of winning. So if all of the players have the same number of chances to win, then it is a fair game. All right, let's try this one. Let's say that we're playing this one now. These are the cards that are going to get mixed up on the table, and if a pink card is chosen, I win. Woo, woo. And if a black card is chosen, the class wins. Would this be a fair game? No. I have two chances to win. You guys only have one. 2, 1. Those are not the same. This is not a fair game. And you would know that. You could try this. If you have a younger sibling, try doing something like this with them. They will very likely, that's a good word, know that it's unfair. It's pretty easy for us to figure out when things are fair and when they're not. Now let's try another game. This time, Mr. Hessman wants to play with us too because he's been hearing about all the fun games that we're playing, and he was like, what? I want to join in. And I was like, of course, that's totally fine. So this time I have 3 colors. I have 2 blue, 2 pink, and 2 black. So in this game, if I choose blue, I win. Ooh, ooh, ooh. If I choose pink, you guys win. And if I choose black, Mr. Hessman wins. Is this a fair game? Good. Yes, this is fair. I have 2 chances to win. You have 2 chances to win. And Mr. Hessman has 2 chances to win. Each player has the same number of chances to win the game. So in your math today, we're going to be looking and we're going to see how many chances the player has to win. And then we're going to see, is this the same as all the other players? Now, this is in a game that is based on chance. So most of the games we play, especially once we get older, are based on 2 things. They're based in chance, and chance is things that you can't control. So if I roll the die, I don't know what number is going to come up. And I can try to develop any kind of weird rolly technique I want. I can't make a 1 come up if that's what I want. I can't do that. Just like if I have a bunch of cards and I'm picking one up off the top of the pile, I can't control what card that is. That's chance. So every game has some chance in it. But most games also have skill. So in games, you get choices. Choices are when you actually get to make a decision. It's a choice. Chance, you don't get to make a choice. I roll the die, a number comes up, it's not up to me. A choice would be something like deciding in Ticket to Ride which rail cars I want to put down. Do I want to do all of my blacks? Do I want to add a rainbow right now? Do I want to do that tunnel? Do I want to go here? Do I want to go there? I have some choices, and that's skill. The most fun games are chance and skill together. But every single game has some chance in it. It's not a game if there's no chance. Not every game has skill. Most do, but some of the ones, especially ones that are designed for younger children, have absolutely no skill in it. They're still learning how to play a game. So something like rolling a die is learning how to do a skill. For my son, if he rolls a die, he still needs to think about what number just came up and then how to move a piece on a board that many times. You have to learn how to do that. So that is what younger games are for. We're talking right now just about chance. We're not getting into skill yet because that is not probability. But we're still talking just about what are the chances that someone could win. Let's go to our books and take a look. You're on page 211 and 212 today. You're going to start with number 2. So you're going to say, how many outcomes does each player have? So here are the things you can look at. They already did A for you, so you can basically ignore that. In B, player 1 wins if he tosses heads. Player 2 if he tosses tails. Player 1 has how many winning outcomes, like how many chances to win. Player 2 has how many chances to win. And then in C, player 1 wins if she rolls a 1. Player 2 if he rolls 2. Player 3 if she rolls a 3, 4, or 6. So how many chances do they all have? And in this question, which of these games is actually fair? You can maybe just circle the letter of that one. And then you're going to turn over. Number 4 is an entire page. I'm not going to read every single question for you, but these are ones you're actually going to have to think through a little bit. Here's what I don't want you to think about. When it says the outcomes are equal, I want you to ignore that. I think that what this book is trying to explain when it says outcomes are equal can be confusing and it's not helpful. So in all of these questions where it says the outcomes are equal, please ignore that and do the other 2 parts. I just cut out like a third of this question for you. You are so welcome. So do all players have the same chance of winning? Is the game fair? All right, so players roll a die. Player 1 wins by rolling a 1, player 2 by rolling a 6. How many outcomes do they each have? Is it a fair game? All right, so go through, count the number of outcomes each player has to win, and tell me, is it fair? Is it equal? Do they have equal chances? That's all you got today, guys. Go have fun.